Hey guys, Altcoin Sherpa here with a video today on reversals for altcoin charts. So this video is something that I wanted to talk about because I believe that altcoins are going to start pumping, and they already kind of are. And I want you to see what a reversal looks like on the chart. As always, this is not financial advice. Trading is very risky, something you can lose money at. I am not a professional. Do your own research, etc. Okay, so there are two main types of reversals that we see on altcoin charts. And usually you're going to see both patterns play out for both alt BTC pairs and alt USD pairs. Right now, I'm going to be talking about a V-shaped reversal. So a V-shaped reversal is pretty much exactly what it sounds like. It is a pattern where you see price going all the way down, have pretty much minimal recovery time or accumulation, and then just start spiking up. So this right here, this XRP BTC chart, this is during this right here was during alt season, the biggest alt season that we've ever had, and this was the summer run before it. But this is a prime example right here. You can see price basically rocketing all the way up, coming all the way back down, brutal retracement. And this was the bottom right here. And then price reversed again. Okay, so what are you basically looking for a V-shaped reversal? You are looking for capitulation. You're looking for people that are basically just done. You're looking for all the bag holders saying, enough, I'm sick of this. I have released my bag. I am done with this shitcoin. It's going to zero. And where is this reflected on the chart? This is mostly reflected on the chart with very high sell volume. And you can already see this is a long-term downtrend here. And then, unfortunately, this chart actually doesn't really highlight. It highlights it more on the weekly. But you can basically see high sell volume right here. This is higher sell volume on the weekly than, for 6 months or something like that. So what you're basically looking for in these situations is very big sell volume. You're looking for extreme price action to the downside. Like this dropped. Let's go to data and price. So over a 16 day period, this went negative 60%. And again, this was during when Bitcoin was doing its massive run. So all alt BTC pairs were basically just dying horrifically and just going to zero. And this is what happened here in 2017 was over a 2-week span, this went negative 60% with the XRP BTC pair. So you're looking for massive capitulation and massive drawdown for the V-shaped reversals, followed after everybody is done selling. You see huge volume follow up. This is the candle that you basically want to see in these types of situations. You want to see massive buying going on, and you want to see price just blitz up. And it's blitzing up because all of these buyers right here are gone. Or I'm sorry, all the sellers are gone. There's basically not going to be any sell pressure because all the sellers are out during this huge run. This huge drawdown. So in V-shaped reversals, you are basically looking for a huge sell volume. This is not really reflected hugely on the daily. You can kind of see it right here. And you can see just pronounced selling all throughout. Followed by huge buy volume. And you basically want to see, in altcoins, it's not it's totally not unheard of to see these go several 100%. I mean, look at this, Jesus, this went 300% in 5 days ish. I mean, God, I can only frickin' dream right now. But anyways, this is a V-shaped reversal. You see very steeped downtrend followed by not a very long accumulation period. You're looking for huge sell volume followed by huge buy volume. And then you're looking for these massive, massive candles, these big green dildos going up. And when price starts to run like this, the best you're going to get in terms of pullbacks are just these bull flags. That's all you're going to get. So when these altcoins really start to run huge, you're not going to get much of a chance to really like get these God mode entries. Like, you wanted to like enter like right here or something like that. It's not going to happen generally. And XRP kind of has this type of price history a little bit more. Here's like another example of a kind of a V-shaped reversal. And V-shaped reversals, I want to say too, with altcoins is that it doesn't necessarily mean these are going to be like total reversals in the sense that you're going to see the trend go from macro bearish, which is what this is, because these are just making lower highs like every single time it pumps. But the V-shaped reversals will come in the sense that you will get 100 to 200% moves, and usually these will form lower highs in general, but they're still very profitable when you play them. So XRP has had 2 of these V-shaped reversals right here, and then kind of like another one right here. And it's actually quite interesting right now. It's kind of doing another type of reversal pattern right now, which is the accumulation bottom, which we'll talk about later. Okay, so here's another coin, Dogecoin, that does V-shaped reversals. As you can see, these are very quick turnaround times for the most part. These have extreme reactions. And in this situation too, you can kind of see some areas of small accumulation, like this right here. You can see price taking breaks and forming bottoms. But for the most part, these are pretty explosive moves. You can see like huge moves after pronounced downtrends. And you can basically see these V-shaped price movements throughout its price history. And again, Dogecoin is also kind of having this accumulation bottom, the slow, which we'll talk about. YFI, this was a very recent V-shaped reversal, and this was a good example. Let me hide these. Okay, so what do we see with YFI? We'll go to this on the daily. Obviously, massive downtrend right here. And it seems like this coin is going to zero, right? Like you might say, oh, this is like the next support area. And this is actually kind of the area I was looking for, 6 to 7K. It went to 8K. And look here on the daily, you can actually see massive sell volume. Again, capitulation. People just basically selling and getting out of their altcoins. And this was the highest sell volume like ever on the daily here with this chart. And what happens next? You see massive follow-up with this big green dildo, green candle. I think this is when crypto Twitter all united to basically take out a short. But yeah, I think that's what happened. Anyways, you can see this too on lower time frame charts as well. You can basically see just when you see volume like this basically, and you see more follow-up later, this usually means that the trend is probably done in the short term, meaning this downtrend is probably getting close to finished. Doesn't mean that it's necessarily the actual bottom, of course, but it's a pretty good indicator right here for volume that this is probably going to keep going higher. And price just kept blitzing up higher and higher and higher. This is a V-shaped reversal. And so these are different patterns that you see for altcoin bottom. So now let's go to the accumulation bottom. Accumulation bottom is where you see price ranging in a consolidating manner for X amount of time. This time period could be just a few days or 1 week, kind of like how we saw for Dogecoin. Like Dogecoin had a few of these right here, where price just basically bottomed out and ranged for a few days and then blitzed up. For FETBTC, this ranged in the same range for several months before just exploding up. And what are you looking for here on the range? You are looking for price to basically have somewhat equal highs, somewhat equal lows, just going back and forth, back and forth. But always in hindsight, you can kind of see that people are accumulating. So you see big buy volume, but you don't see price move very much. That's usually a good sign of accumulation. And then once price finally starts to move right here, you get to see some big volume follow-up. So that's when you know that this range is ending. And so let's look again really quick at BTCUSD here. This is another example of accumulation. Price remained in this tight range from December to March, or I guess April. Lots of buy volume going on. And price really is not moving. And that usually means a accumulation bottom. And when it finally starts to move, you see big volume follow up right there. Okay, so that's FET. Here's AAVE. And this is an example of a rounded bottom. This is fairly similar to a accumulation bottom. You will see price form this cup and handle like situation, reversal pattern, where price is on a pronounced downtrend. It bottoms out where you see price basically forming this rounded bottom, goes up to basically this resistance area, and then forms the handle, explodes up. And again, you can see big volume follow-up. So this was the bottom for AAVE, and this is an example of a rounded bottom. And there's so many different types of reversal patterns. I'm not going to go through all of them today. You see like Adam and Eve or Eve and Adam. Just Google them and you'll see what those patterns look like and some of the reasons why those happen. I found for altcoins that you see long accumulation bottoms where they're just in a tight range like this and they explode up, or I've seen reversals like the V-shape bottom. ICX, oopsies. This is again an example of a accumulation bottom where price really didn't do anything from August to January and then had a very explosive run and then accumulated a little longer, exploded up again, and now it's just gone all the way back to its origin, back to right here. And it's very important to understand too, with regards to what I said before on V-shaped reversals or accumulation bottoms, does not necessarily mean this will be the bottom of the absolute trend. For instance, this trend is still very bearish. All of these highs are lower highs that it's forming. And I'm not saying that these accumulation bottoms are going to make it so that price is going to all of a sudden go all the way back up to here. You know, and like be a total reversal. It could, obviously. Who knows what can happen. But generally for these altcoins, especially with the BTC, alt-BTC pairs, they will not hit all-time highs again. They'll just hit lower highs, kind of like how we saw with XRP and like Dogecoin too. Like these are all just like, you know, lower highs. But these are some examples that we are seeing, and I say that now because you could maybe make an argument that ETH BTC is just in one big large accumulation range. Now, I'm not necessarily saying this is true or that this is the case, but maybe ETH BTC has been ranging since 2018. I don't know. I mean, it's pretty equal highs and equal lows. I mean, you could make an argument for this. And generally, I will also say that the longer that price accumulates, the more explosive the move is going to be. So what am I looking for many of these altcoin patterns? I mean, YFI was one of them, where we saw a V-shaped reversal happen. I'm not sure if this is what's going to happen for all altcoins. I mean, we can start looking at like something like, I don't know, REN, for instance. I don't know what this chart looks like. Oh, this is a messy chart. See, for REN, this was like a V-shaped reversal here. A V-shaped reversal, and then price came back down. But it's also important to note that price did make the lower high on a macro level. For something like REN, I would like expect something like this. I think it'll be a slight accumulation right here. So anyways, yeah, for many of these altcoins, some of them are reversing like YFI, some of them are not. The alt-BTC pairs are going to usually have more V-shaped reversals generally than alt-USD pairs. Alt-USD pairs are going to usually move up with Bitcoin. And alt-BTC pairs are usually going to die because during these periods right now, because Bitcoin is looking so strong. So you're going to see more V-shaped reversals with alt-BTC pairs than you would alt-USD pairs, in my opinion. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you research different reversal patterns and what you're looking for. I think that many of these altcoins are getting close to bottoming out, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Good luck.